Hello and welcome back to another episode of Invincible Asia. This is Show and Tell, and this week I am taking a look at the Blood Fight series on DVD that I've just gotten in from Germany. So this movie, of course, the original Blood Fight movie, had a UK sequel of sorts released as Blood Fight 2 The Death Cage. Initially it was just The Death Cage, of course, but as most distributors like to do, they like to change names and bundle the whole thing, a lot of things together, and that is what Germany seems to be good at, very good at, and they like to take a lot of different series of films or one-offs or certain sequels from other movies and combine them into a series of their own titling. So you have the Karate Tiger series, for example, which starts with the No Retreat, No Surrender trilogy before it goes into likes of Best of the Best and a few other movies there that really extends that to, I think, maybe 10, maybe 11 parts. But for now, I have managed to bag myself this gorgeous bunch of movies. They're not all amazing, but it is still a gorgeous bunch of movies nonetheless. And simply because they have all got incredible artwork that really appeals to me. I'm not a fan of ring fighting movies per se, and obviously after the success of Bloodsport with Van Damme and Bolo Yeung Bin in there, this was really pushed as the next thing, the next Bloodsport, and called Blood Fight, of course. Now this was actually a movie completely on its own. Even the artwork on this is made to look a bit Bloodsporty, but we'll get to that in a moment. I did have Blood Fight on VHS when it first came out many, many moons ago. That has since disappeared, but I did find my old VHS of Blood Fight 2, The Death Cage, with Jerry Trimble and Robin Shaw, the wonderful Robin Shaw. This was directed by Robert Tye, who worked a lot with Alexander Lauret on the likes of Mafia vs. Ninja, Ninja the Final Duel, and so on and so on. There were so many there. And he's always been known as this wild wire-fu director with some crazy ideas. But he was behind Blood Fight 2, The Death Cage, or Death Cage. And then I actually had only recently picked up Blood Fight on DVD here in the UK on its cheap ass label called, look at this disc, Grab It. I mean, like, oh my god, grab it, like seriously. Anyway, grab it I did because it was only £1, and Blood Fight is actually a Japanese production shot in Hong Kong, directed by Shoji Goto, produced by Yasuaki Kurata, who also stars in it, of course, alongside Simon Yam and Bolo Yeung. But there's a huge Japanese influence in there. The Hong Kong side of things was directed by actor Peter Chen Lao, who I can't remember exactly what movies he's in, but you would definitely recognize him if you IMDb him or Hong Kong Movie Database him. Peter Chen Lao, but he would look after the Hong Kong stuff while Shoji would look after the Japanese side of things. And it was a nice collaboration. Of course, Yasuaki has been working with the Hong Kong film industry for a hell of a long time and still going strong, thankfully. But yes, he's also worked behind the scenes on a number of things, and this would be one of them. So let's get stuck into it. This is the first DVD of the Blood Fight collection, the original. Now, what I didn't realize and what really fucked me off, I'm going to be honest, is that all the rest of them have this gorgeous artwork, full cover, but with Amazon Germany, they didn't have any of, I'll show you a quick example. They didn't have any of these covers left for part 1. They had this new release, the Classic Cult Collection, which is uncut and HD remastered. So I kind of thought, okay, that's fine. I can live with that. I mean, anything for an uncut movie, right? Full HD remastered. I thought there's going to be a lot more on there, and it should be in much better quality. Now, compared to the Grab It edition, it is better quality. I have to agree. It definitely is. Far from Blu-ray quality, of course. Hardly cleaned up, but there is a lot of other extras on there. There's a ton of trailers, which is good, different format trailers. There is an interview with Yasuaki Kurata, also gives you the option of listening to him in German or in Japanese. Excuse me. And then there's a musical score from the movie that's there as a special feature, slideshows and whatever. So yes, it is definitely fun to have that, because the Grab It one is shite. There's nothing on there at all, as with most of the cheap UK labels. But yes, I really wanted this full cover. And the other thing that really annoyed me about it as a collector was that this spine title has been done in this bold white, where the rest have the Bloodsport look to it. So the OCD in me is like, and I finally found a copy of it. I say finally, I was straight onto eBay and I looked, and also Amazon UK, because sometimes, and they do have these all there, but I'm going to get to that in a moment. They do have the version that I want on eBay for around $7.99. Is it worth $7.99 just to get a cover that matches it? Not really, but the kind of arrogant collector in me is like, yes, it is. Even just to slip over the top of that. I don't know. Anyway, this is it. Number one, we have got here on most German covers, most German releases, because I order a lot from Germany, to be honest. Since Brexit, there's things get here quicker from Germany than they do from England. And, you know, we're fucking much closer to England than we are Germany. But most of the releases are released with the FSK rating stuck to the bottom. Now, sometimes it's printed on the cover, sometimes it's stuck on the cover, sometimes it's on the plastic, which is great. So inside, the majority, if not all, of these covers are reversible covers without the rating symbol. So here first I'll give you a glimpse of the DVD, and then I'm going to flip this around. Now, some of these other releases, when I opened them, they actually had it on the cover, on the plastic wrapping, or as a sticker, which was wonderful. So this is it without, and it's a great cover. It's a great painting art piece, as they all are. And again, these are the kind of movies that, again, I'm not so much into. Blood Fight 1 and 2, yes, I really enjoy. The rest of them, I know I don't or won't enjoy. But I'm going to give them a go. Obviously, I've bought them. Part 1. So, jumping straight in. Part 2. Blood Fight 2. Here we go. This is pretty mental. Now, this is Robert Tye going all out. I think also Toby Russell from Eastern Heroes was like an assistant director on here or something. Let me. Yep. Assistant director Toby Russell. So, sorry. I said Jerry Trimble, Joe Lewis. Okay, yes, Joe Lewis. Sorry, totally blanked on that one. Joe Lewis, Robin Shaw, Steve Tartaglia, Angela Chow, Wayne Archer, Brian Lucy, and Toby Russell. And there's a lot of these Western Guilos that pop up throughout a number of these. Same with Blood Fight 1. There's a number of these, the recognizable faces of Westerners that starred in Hong Kong movies at that time. Inside, we have got the reversible cover, which I'm going to show you, and the disc here. So, the only thing I found looking through these just ahead of time was that the extras start quickly dwindling away. So, Blood Fight offers the interviews, a host of trailers of the movie, but different kinds, and the musical score. This one has a Joe Lewis interview and a trailer and trailer show. The other thing I did notice with Blood Fight is it's only offering you English or German language. English or German language, because I know when I posted a photo of this on my Instagram that some people were asking what are the language options. English and German on Blood Fight 1. On Blood Fight 2, The Death Cage, we have got Dutch, as in German, sorry, English, Cantonese, Mandarin with German and or English subtitles, which is fantastic. So the chance to see this Robert Thai movie, Death Cage, in Cantonese with English subtitles is going to be fucking awesome. I actually cannot wait. I'm very excited for this one. Probably excited for this one more than any. Let's see. The videotape, the Blood Fight 2 Death Cage videotape runs at 84 minutes, whereas the German DVD of Blood Fight 2 runs for 89 minutes. So we're getting extra minutes on there of God knows what, but hopefully it's a bit more fun and excitement and violence in terms of the fight action. So yes, Joe Lewis, of course, totally got me excited. I was thinking about Jerry Trimble the other day because I was watching an old interview with him and I was kind of figuring, like, where did this guy go? But yes, that's why he was in my head. So yes, let's flip this cover around. As much as I love these art covers, they are staying, but I'm always interested to see what they put on the other side. So this is the inside flip cover here. And then of course an expanded. This is a very fun movie. In fact, out of them all, probably this is the most fun, I would have to say, definitely. Death Cage is pretty wild. Blood Fight 1 has a more mature approach to it, with Simon Yam and Yasuaki Kurata in there, and Bolo, of course, is the big muscle man kicking ass. But this, for me, is definitely the most exciting one of all. So yes, Blood Fight 2, interview with Joe Lewis, trailers, and language options, which is brilliant. That's more than enough to keep me happy there. Okay, this is where it kind of gets crazy, and this is where I'm talking about the titles changing, about the German distributors just selecting certain movies and adding their own twist to it. But it gets fun. It gets really fun. Okay, so Blood Fight 3. Blood Fight 3. Here we have it in German or English language, because it is an English movie, and it's directed by David Huey, who made a number of films with Gary Daniels, Richard Norton, Olivier Gruner as a producer or a director. But this also has a Dutch trailer, German trailer, English trailer, trailer show of other films that are available, usually all the other Blood Fights. And it also has a bonus film of Karate Boy. Now, Karate Boy is a Ted Jan Roberts film from 1995, better known as The Power Within. And the reason they've put it on there, I think, is because it also stars Gerald Okamura, who was this kind of go-to Asian for the late 80s and early 90s. And Gerald is also in here. You can see him down there, and he gets a piece on the front cover as well. So Blood Fight 3 is actually a 1991 movie called Karate Wars, with Christopher Wolfe. And yeah, I have never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it. I could have watched it when I was much younger, but it probably just didn't stick with me. But hey, I'm going to give it another shot. Of course I am. Inside, sorry, nearly put it down there without checking inside. We have this DVD, and then the flip side of the cover is pretty crap. It's very 90s in how it looks. So you can understand why I'm definitely more attracted to the the artwork piece. Oh, it's so ridiculous. But anyway, these movies were ranging from €6 to €10 on Amazon Germany, which is amazing, because if you go on to eBay or Amazon UK, they range from, and I'm not even joking, they range from about 13 to 23, 24 pounds, which is disgusting. There's obviously somebody on eBay who's buying these in from Germany and selling them off. Get yourselves onto, if you're UK based, I'm not too sure how far Amazon Germany will post if they're going to go stateside or not, but if you're UK based and you want these movies, you can go on there to Amazon Germany, amazon.de, and go through these movies. You'll find them all there, and then you'll start getting yourself bankrupt. As I did. Okay, Blood Fight 4. Here we have another gorgeously painted up cover. And the covers remind me of their American Ninja, the German American Ninja releases, which were called American Fighter, I believe. And I want to get those also. As much as I hate the movies, I want to get them. But the artwork is very similar. So Blood Fight 4 stars Dale Apollo Cook. Yep, Dale Apollo Cook. And is actually known as Blood Ring. So it's close in title, Blood Ring. Reminds me of an X. But yes, it has only got a trailer and trailer show. German language or English language options. Inside we have got the DVD and of course a flip cover that I won't be flipping because it's quite naff, quite 90s and quite naff. But definitely the artwork on this side. Sorry, I'm just looking at this cover on my side and it is shite. You wouldn't get that in COVID period, would you? No, these would be fighting in the ring with masks on, so they would. So yeah, Blood Ring. Again, Van Damme's movies kind of spurred this flood of blood sport style ring fighting movies, whether it was in a legitimate ring or not, or underground fighting. And I kind of just quickly got sick and tired of them. It was the same old shite over and over and over again. And there was very few that really stood out to me and very few that really got me excited. Wasn't a lot. It definitely wasn't a lot with Dale Apollo Cook, that's for sure. The only other movie I would have seen him in would have been Eternal Fist with Cynthia Khan, which is available from Amazon Germany, and I still got to get. It's probably sitting at around £12 at the moment, but I haven't yet purchased it. But I will, because I do love Cynthia Khan, of course. Blood Fight 5. Blood Fight 5 is another Dale Apollo Cook movie, also starring the wonderful Ron Hall, and it's actually known better as Raw Target. So some of you may already have seen these movies under their original titles, like Blood Ring, Raw Target. But Blood Fight 5 only also has a trailer and trailer show, German and English language options. But again, I don't know. These are the kind of movies that were dished out, low budget martial arts movies. Was anything ever filmed behind them? Did they ever imagine they were going to be something else they weren't? Did they make making ofs? That kind of thing. Hong Kong movies, I find, always have somebody on production. They're always in there. They're always interviewing. There's always something going on behind the scenes, and that excites me a lot. These kind of movies, I don't know if I would care for seeing the making of as such, or as much as, but I mean, there's hardly any excitement in that. Look at that face. The constipated face of a fighter. And I think for me, Dale Cook is very much like a kind of Olivier Gruner kind of actor, maybe with a hint of Don Wilson in there. Don Wilson, my God. I'm not even going to go into Don Wilson. Okay, Blood Fight 6. The last of the Dale Apollo Cook movies, also starring Peter Moon, and directed once again by Irvin Johnson. Now, here's the thing. This is also known as Blood Ring 2, and Irvin Johnson is actually known as Teddy Page, but Teddy Page is actually known as Teddy Chu. And Teddy Chu has been in the Hong Kong film industry since like the late 70s with, I think it's like Bruce versus the Bronze Men of Shaolin or something like that. He's been a producer, assistant director, director, of course, and went out to do many real cheap martial arts movies, and often with a lot of guilo actors, maybe like Stuart Smith, Richard Harris, and that kind of thing. But yes, he's very much like a Godfrey Ho when it comes to when it comes to the cheap ass movie making, and the names that go out, pseudonyms as such, that go out with him as a director so that they sell in the West. So inside here we have the disc. And again, great artwork. For when I saw this on Amazon, I thought, oh, is this like another David Bradley movie that I haven't sort of caught or anything, like Blood Warriors or something like that? But it wasn't. It's another Dale Polcock, and it is the sequel to Blood Ring. So Blood Ring 2, I'm looking forward to seeing it, if I'm being honest. Because now I know Teddy is behind these movies, it kind of excites me a wee bit more. And then this is the other side here. Oh, sorry. But what we have here is German and English language options, trailer and trailer show, of course, again, giving you a rundown of all the Blood Fight movies. And also, for the final movie of the Blood Fight collection, you also get the chance to experience Dale Apollo Cook in his champion fights. So there's obviously a collection. I haven't watched it yet. There's obviously a collection of filmed fights from his matches there on Blood Fight 6. So there we have it. Blood Fight 1 to 6 from Germany, with an annoyingly different spine on the first. I will get this changed. I know I will, because it just annoys me. And it's great fun to have. They are all just... I need to flip this about. They are all just gorgeous titles. I mean, this the artwork. It is the artwork that really gets it for me, and especially Blood Fight 2. This is gorgeous. So I have a lot of watching to do. I'm not going to tell you about it whenever I watch them, but I have a lot of watching to do. It's coming up to Christmas. I can treat myself, I suppose. So thanks for watching. Who knows what's going to happen in the next show and tell. I have got the final pieces of my from Germany, the Philip Coe collection from Germany. There's about 6 movies with that also, and it's a very odd collection, but it's exciting, and I'm glad to get them in finally. So perhaps that'll be the next show and tell. Anyway, until then, enjoy your kung fu, and I'll see you soon.